Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure.
There's
I
a,
feel like
there's
Australia is just like very unheard of in the world of music, other than like
yeah,
AC/DC.
yeah. I mean, in terms of the
Like,
rap scene that we're talking about and referencing, yeah, it is
oh
in
yeah,
its early days. Still, it's still in its early
like
days.
I think I've spoken to you about it before, but just like
Hmm.
the accent thing, like people only all over the world only just accepted the UK accent like
Yeah.
around shut down around when that came out.
Hmm.
Like that's when I sort of noticed that
Yeah, that was
like
like
that's when mainstream
2015
15
times.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2015. About then,
that's
they
that's
really
when
started
me
pushing the
because
audience.
I never really started digging into any UK music until the last like 2 years, but I noticed that over here in the mainstream sort of group of people that 2015 when Shutdown came out was around the time when we sort of like accepted it. Whereas as I've said to you, over here Australians can't even accept an Australian accent on music yet. So I don't know we've still got plenty long way to go, but like
I
it's
mean,
getting
that's an
there.
interesting point that you make there about Australians not accepting their own accent yet, because I'm still hearing plenty of rappers and artists that are spitting, and they sound more American than they do Australian.
Oh, for sure,
And
that's a huge debate
some
over
people,
here.
and when you like, I know comment section isn't everything, but you go down in the comment section and no one has said a single word about it, or even on social media, no one said a single word about it. And then there's other people that really do get the the other side of the stick. You know, they really get shit on for
Oh yeah,
pronouncing a word in an American accent. And it's,
yeah, yeah. No,
you're not Australian, you don't represent Aussie culture, fuck you. And it's like,
yes.
whoa, there's
See,
people that are
see,
way
for like
worse.
for you, like we can, our accents obviously, like I'm sure it'd be a bit harder for you to distinguish, but like you can really tell what sounds Australian here, whereas to you, you might think, oh, that sounds a bit American, but when we hear it, we might still hear the Australian in it. But
Hmm.
like, there is a certain thing when it is super fucking obvious that they're doing an American accent, and
Right.
they get fucking hated on because it's like we're trying to build our own sort of foundation, and when you're trying to be something you're not, it sort of just ruins it for everybody else who's doing it true to themselves.
Hmm.
Where it's like, if you talk like this, you can't be rapping like this, man. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, shut up.
I mean,
So
I'm
you've got
I'm sorry to bring chill back, but and I'll use other artists as an example as well. But there's certain artists like Chill, like Alex Jones, like Shadow, that have great clarity. When you hear them
mm,
spit from an international fan perspective, I can understand what they're saying very easily and very clearly.
yes.
And I think that
I
plays
thought
into how quickly they can build an international audience. Wombat is
Alex Jones
dope
and
as fuck.
Scrub. I thought Alex Jones and Scrub to me had the best clarity of speech.
Scrub definitely does. And who else did you just say?
Uh, who did I say? Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Yeah, Alex Jones, great example as well of just, yeah, very clear when they spit their words. I can understand every single thing that they're saying, and that makes it easier for me to, remember their lyrics, understand what
Like
they're saying, which plays into
Chill's
why
got
I
a lot
like
of
them.
clarity as well. Like I think Curse has got a lot of clarity. Curse
Yeah,
is very
Curse is
smooth,
very good with that, very clear at, but he
and
sounds
like
very Australian, and he has a lot
yeah,
of
yeah, for sure.
Australia
So
culture within his music, and I think that's why he's so loved. And I think
a
that's
a very good example for that would be I think Cursor got paid to do a feature on a track with like Manu Crooks and a bunch of like
oh yeah,
you
I've
call
seen
them
that
just like the
track. I've
trap
seen that track.
rappers,
Yeah.
and they're all the sort of dudes that get hate over not Cursor, but like the dudes that
Hmm.
other than like Pistol Pete and Enzo, like that they get love here, but fucking like Manu Crooks and all that, like even though I'm like pretty sure they're African descent or whatever, and they tend to usually have not the strongest Australian accent, but like
Yeah.
around there, it's just a lot of you could tell Cursor was like the most Australian sounding out of that, but at the same time, I felt like his was well more clearer to hear
Hmm.
than the auto tune mumble that
Yeah.
everybody else was
And
doing.
I mean, it's also down
Majority
to
of
how you deliver your lyrics as well. I mean, like Wombat is dope as fuck, but it's taken me a minute to really wrap my head around what Wombat's
yeah.
saying
See,
at
that's
times.
that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, see me, I listen to a fuckload of Skepta and Jamie,
Hmm.
and I've been getting into a bit of drill recently, but like fucking, I only have just like clocked on to where it's like in the last like 6 months, I don't see the accent gap at all. I can understand everything he's saying, and I've sort of like learned the slang a bit,
Yeah.
so I can understand that. But with you, since you're part of your full time job is reacting to Australian rappers,
Mm-hmm.
have you sort of like learnt slang words, or like when like I know even before you were saying like words like safe and sound and all that sort of
Yeah.
shit, whereas you wouldn't catch a lot of people saying that, but I know what it means
Yeah.
because I've heard it through music. But have you sort of
I mean,
clocked on to like the use of the word cunt, fuck, all that sort of shit, and then like, yeah.
I mean, okay, so yeah, I feel like I'm slowly, and I will say slowly because I don't know it all. I'm nowhere near. You know, there's still plenty of things that people say, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't know this bar because you didn't understand this." Of course, that's gonna happen. But yeah, I feel like I'm slowly starting to understand more and more of Aussie culture through music.
That's dope.
In terms
I can
of
understand
the
why
language that
Wombat
you
would be
use.
super hard to fucking understand.
Yeah,
If
Wombat
I was from a different country, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, it even took a lot of us, like you clock his bars a bar after he said them because you're still trying to catch up because he's just a fucking machine gun with his shit. But anyway, we keep getting so distracted.